There's two types of laws that protect age discrimination. One is a federal law called the Age Discrimination and Employment Act, and you have to be 40 or over to be protected on that statute. Then there's also a state law in Minnesota that protects workers against age discrimination, and that actually protects anybody over the age of the majority, is what the statute says. So anybody over 18 can be privy to that statute. So just age, it's not exactly older workers in Minnesota, but it's basically anybody. You can't make decisions based on somebody's age, no matter what that age is, as long as they're over 18. And then the federal statute, of course, that I just mentioned, you gotta be over 40 in order to get those protections. Good age discrimination cases are somewhat rare, but basically it is what it sounds like. It is taking an adverse action, and by adverse action I mean terminating somebody or demoting somebody because of their age. A lot of questions that we get for age discrimination from older workers, they call us and they're like, hey, you know what, I think I'm being discriminated against because of my age, and then they're in their 60s or whatever, and then they're terminated. But there's also a defense that exists in the age discrimination cases called hired old, fired old. So if you don't have direct comments saying, hey, you know what, I'm firing you because you're an old fuddy-duddy or something like that, for lack of a better term, unless you possess that hard evidence, and hard evidence like that can be comments as well in the workplace too. Then if it's just like, hey, you know what, I'm fired and I'm being replaced by a younger worker, do I have a case? If you were hired old and then, like in your 65 and then you were terminated when you're 66, those typically aren't that good of cases. The really good age discrimination cases are when there's a 30-year employee, a 20-year employee, a 10-year employee that's been at a place for quite a significant period of time. Then the person gets terminated and then replaced by a significantly younger worker. And by significantly younger worker, it has to be over 7 to 10 years younger than the older worker that is alleging the age discrimination cases. So those are kind of age discrimination cases in a nutshell, and just a little bit of what we look for in those types of cases.